There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Mangena. Not sure what he's doing. He's over there, I don't know, doing some stock quotes, writing another book. I don't know, but he's here. He made it.
I am here. That's
It's,
what we're doing.
we're here, man.
I don't know
Conscious
what I'm doing here,
conversation.
but I'm
Well,
here.
again, it's conscious conversations. We are here to just chop it up, shed some enlightenment, share some positive conversations with people. Um, we're blasting out all over the planet right now, right? We're we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. My
Oh
goodness,
boy.
we're watch what
Oh,
you say. Watch what you say.
watch what you
I
say.
didn't shave, so I'm still looking a little seasoned in my times. But listen,
Handsomely unshaven.
well, I
Handsomely.
appreciate you there, sir.
Dastardly handsomely unshaven.
I love it. I love it. Got some folks joining in. Always good to have you, sir, senior in the building. Man, let's go and get focused, brother. Let's
Hmm.
talk about the elephant in the room, the 800 pound all that, right? What you been doing lately?
I see what you did there.
Yeah,
I see what you did
okay.
there. I see what you
I've
did there.
been around the block a few times. I know how to set it up. What is it?
You done a
Wagging the
little a
dog
cheeky
and
live
and,
stream
and
or
doing
two.
all of that, right? Yeah. No.
Yeah, I was.
I tell you what. Let's pause. Let's first ask how you're doing first, and then we'll go into that because I would assume that you're doing pretty good.
I am quite yummy at the moment, actually. I'm
Love it.
decidedly yummy right now. Still catching up from being offline for a week. You know how the emails creep up on you.
Yes, sir.
Even when you put the auto reply, people still send follow ups
Of course.
before the date.
No one
So
read no.
it's been a great time to just. No, I was going to say it's been a great time to do some unsubscribing from
You
from
got to
emails
do
as well.
that,
It's like
man.
you
I
email me
mean,
every day, every
dude,
day.
it's
I
tough.
don't know about that.
It's
Hmm.
tough, right? And then you're right. Unsubscribing from like newsletters, unsubscribing from email lists and stuff like that. At
Hmm.
one time, there was one season, right, in your life that it made sense. But how many
Not enough.
emails about Adobe Creative Cloud do I need? So that's who I kind of unsubscribed from about an hour ago. Just
Certainly not six. Certainly not six.
yeah.
Like, okay, I see what you're doing here. I didn't open the last one, so you sent the same email three more
Oh
times.
my gosh.
I guess I'm gonna be unscribing now. But yeah, that's
Definitely not the way to do an email funnel, email newsletter, and anything of that nature. But
mhm.
coming, you said you're coming down. You're still on a high. You still
Yeah.
tell the folks in the back of the room what you've been up to, brother. What's going on, and what's your Instagram feed look like?
Oh gosh, yeah. So for as long as I can remember, there are a couple of things that I've wanted to do. One of which was to go to Sir Richard Branson's private island, Necker Island, and the other was to meet him. And I got to spend the whole week hanging out on his island last week, hot tubbing, breakfast, lunching, dinnering, playing chess, talking about world issues. And it wasn't just him either. There were some other amazing change makers and entrepreneurs that I got the opportunity to hang out with and spend some time with, and to break bread with, and to be poured into
Yeah,
from. And that was really beautiful.
love it, man, love it. So I mean, again, multi. Not, I was going to say millionaire, but no, he's got a B in front of him there.
Yeah.
Multi-billionaire, but the man has he's one of those insane geniuses out there on the planet. I put him in the realm of the Bezos, Steve Jobs.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
Elon's there too, right? Elon
Hmm.
is shaking up the world, right? To use old Muhammad Ali statement, he's kind of shaking
I,
up the
I
world.
definitely want to come back to the Elon thing. Me and you
Okay,
to talk about that, to chop
okay.
that up.
I've tweeted Elon this past week, trying to get him on to talk about this Twitter thing. But you think about it, Sir Richard Branson is one of those folks who says he's going to do something, has the means to make it happen, and
Hmm.
finds a way to get it done, puts the right people in place. If it's either building
Hmm.
aircraft, if it's building entertainment organizations, if it's doing shows, if it's going to space. right?
Mm-hmm.
He's set it into existence, and most of the
Mm-hmm.
stuff has been quite successful. I think
Mm-hmm.
only a couple of things he wasn't completely successful in doing, and that was the plane ride across the Atlantic. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So I mean, again, man, you're in a very small master class. You're in a small subset of individuals. I know anybody can go to neckarisland.com or whatever it is, right, and say I want to go there, right, for a vacation. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when you look at the cost that's associated with this, because I looked, I would look. I said, man, let me go meet Dan out there. Oh,
Oh,
okay,
you went and did some research. And
I did.
yeah,
I
it's
went to
not.
take a look at it.
I'm really on it. I'm in a mastermind called Mavericks 1000. Um, of entrepreneurs that really want to have a positive impact, and that's one of the annual trips that they do. Um, so they take on the burden of grabbing the whole island, and we just we get our little slice. But yeah, it's six figures a night.
Yes,
Uh,
a night. That's
yeah.
just to be on the island. That's not getting there. That's not anything else. That's just to put your foot on the land there,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
So, um,
Yeah.
so
And not necessarily, and again, testament to the relationships that Sophia and Yannick have built over the last decade with Virgin and with Sir Richard too, that you know we get to spend quality time. Like
yeah,
he sits at the breakfast table with us. There's a couple dozen of us or whatever there, and sits with the breakfast table with us, and we chop it up at lunchtime. Where he's there in the hot tub. You want to
mm,
come and sip a cocktail, sip some champagne, and ask him some questions about things that he cares about, and that was the real situation. As is evidenced by the very silly, playful, and he was playing tennis with people, and teaching, you know, teaching life, and it was really, 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 really powerful.
I love. So, how can that be replicated? Right, everyone can't go to Necker Island. Everyone can't sit at the
Hmm.
table with Richard
Hmm.
Branson. But I mean, wouldn't it be nice if there were other societies, other groups, other clubs? I don't even think club is the right word, right? It's just a ways of networking, especially solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, folks that are uh, stepping out of doing something as a side hustle.
Hmm.
Just focused activity, focused ventures,
Hmm.
focused types of excursions like that. I mean, I know there are a
Hmm.
handful of them out there, but really that raise that are at that type of a level. There aren't too many other experiences out there. I
But
don't think.
can I throw something in the mix though?
Yes,
Like,
sir.
I know people that write books or have podcasts or have YouTubes or whatever, and what they're talking about isn't how they're living. I can
Mm,
say now firsthand, what you get from him when you see him on an interview or you read about him in a book, that is him.
okay.
So for those who are like, well, it's easy for you to go to, like, a book's maybe $20, or there's a library, like there's a public library,
Right.
right? Go and get a book. Go and listen to podcast interviews that he's done. Go and listen, whoever the person is, he or she or they, that you want to glean from. Don't allow the story, I haven't got the resources, I can't do that. Go and do
Mm,
it. And maybe you're going to be the one that's going to start that community. Maybe the community starts as a book club,
I like that. Remember the old investment clubs
right?
back in the day? Unfortunately, there aren't too many of
Exactly.
those anymore. Yeah.
Hmm. Like, what can you do with where you're at now? And I think it's so easy for us to say, I don't have this, I haven't got that sorted out, I haven't got that, blah, blah, blah. Or what can I do with where I'm at right now?
What can I do with where I'm at now? There's a title
Mm.
right there for this episode.
Hmm.
Right there.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
all right. Look, you got folks out there watching and listening. If you got a question, put a Q in front of it because I'm old and I will miss it if it comes up in the comments. And Dan's just chilling back. I don't know what he's drinking. He may have a little scotch or something. Uh,
I've
so
got
he
water
won't see it.
today.
He won't see it.
I've got water today, but
Okay.
I'm going to get a little of that añejo extra, like I said,
Yeah.
so we can sip. Because I was like, oh, really? We're doing like the little glass with
There's
the
something over
thing.
there. Yeah, I got some things over there just in case we
What
get
what
into
what
some deep
what what,
conversation.
what, what are you getting into today? What are you getting into today?
That is actually I'm not drinking it. So that is actually Jameson, which
Okay.
I bottled at the Jameson factory in Ireland. So yeah,
Okay.
has some very special. I only open it for specific events, special events. First time I
Nice.
opened it up was my daughter's high school graduation,
Nice.
and then I believe I think like the first week of COVID during lockdown when we were just when we were just stir crazy.
I need this now.
I
I
had to
need
get
this
into
now.
it. Yeah, right. So I had to get into it,
Mhm.
but the next time I open it up will be my son's high school graduation. This is
Nice.
April and June. So yeah, it's
Nice. Okay. We're counting
I've got
down.
some other things in the cabinet in the closet as well, but the very special stuff for those special types of occasions. So
I love that. I love
yeah,
that. There's something to be said about having those traditions.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
traditions at those special times.
You know, he's going to also get my tag hour when he
Okay.
when I see that the actual diploma has been signed and not by him, but it's actually been. He will actually get my tag as well. So I've promised that to him
Nice.
for a long time. Uh,
Nice.
all right, let's get into Elon, man. And you brought that up,
Yeah.
and like I said, I tweeted that man because I wanted him to
Hmm.
come on a show that I'm having next month just to talk about
Hmm.
anything he wanted to talk about. But I got a lot of activity and engagement from my community, but I haven't got a response from him
Hmm.
yet. But talk to me what your thoughts
Hmm.
are when I mention Elon Musk. Your left eye kind of raised, your eyebrow kind of raised.
I wasn't thinking about the Twitter. I was thinking about the other elephant in the room. There's a lot of cancellation calls based on reported experiences of people who work for Tesla,
Hmm.
from the black and brown community.
Brother,
And I
hold
was
on.
wondering what your thoughts were about that.
It's almost okay. I've been thinking about this for a long time, and
Hmm.
it's been touching me for a while to have a conversation. And literally, it's crazy that you bring that up. Every time I see him, every time we
Hmm.
see an event, it doesn't matter where it
Hmm.
is. It can be in Nevada, it can be in here in Fremont, it can be in Texas,
Hmm.
wherever. There's no black folks. Come on now, we aren't there some black folks that work for Tesla?
I was,
There is
you know,
very little diversity from what I'm seeing around him. So I wonder what the leadership team looks like outside of him, Franz. You know, the kind of the core main 3 or 4 people, because I've been thinking
well,
about that
this is
lately.
what this is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. And for
Yeah.
me, I watched unpopular opinion loading. Unpopular opinion loading. Um, I watched a YouTube video the other day. I'm beginning to get a bit more into YouTube videos recently, and it was discussing whether or not reparations should happen.
Wow.
But
Yeah. We've had that
the
conversation before.
calls, the call for the no wasn't Anglo American males in their 60s. The call was actually from African Americans. It
Okay.
was African Americans saying, don't give us that. We don't want equity. We want independence. We want independently built, not give me your scraps. We want to go and build
Right.
something. And the call was quit complaining and asking. Again, this wasn't Anglo American
Right.
Karens or Teddy whatevers. This was an African American scholar, Thomas Sewell, I think, who was talking. And there was another chap, a modern chap, who was like, I'm kind of rolling with him.
Yeah.
We can't keep talking about old news. Let's get building. If we'd spent the time building, and yes, now I've just looked at the book. I've got a book about Wilmington's Lie right here. and we know what happened in Tulsa,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
actually, not enough of us do know. So there have been thriving African American communities which have been savagely
Yeah.
cut down. But the call was not to now. So then when I see these situations in certain workplaces, for me I don't go into Elon's racist, he's from apartheid South Africa, therefore he should be cut down. I'm like, this is another battle cry to build your own thing.
So instead of us, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Instead of me asking the question, why is it that we don't see the diversity at Tesla?
Yeah.
Go out there and build your own.
I don't really get into that.
Okay.
Just go and build your own.
Interesting.
I mean, I don't agree with affirmative action, but I see why it's required to a certain extent. But long term, it doesn't do anything positive. Long term, in my opinion. Short term, yeah, it brings a level of equity, but the equity is a handout based on. But so the Thomas Sewell guy, I started looking into this guy, and I looked at another interview. I think he taught at Cornell. I think,
Okay.
and he's like, there are African American students who were allowed in from affirmative action that would have thrived in another environment, but were trying to get their seat at this table, and it's not even in their best interest.
Makes
because
sense.
now
Yeah.
you didn't meet the grade for whatever reason, whether it's, and I get, again, I'm seeing both sides of this, but in the long term, what's going to be better? Short term, okay, we've got diversity now, right? We've got some colored faces that aren't on the sports team.
Yeah.
That's
a mouthful that you said
I
right
think we
there
need to
too.
think more long
No,
term.
hold on, don't just gloss over that. That's a mouthful that you said right there too, right? Just not the folks that are running up and down the court, but the intellectuals as well, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to just gloss over that. That's a good point you made right there too, brother.
Yeah. I think we need to start. What's it that Confucius said? Think for the future, not for tomorrow. Or even next week. What's going to be happening? One of a new mentor of mine, a guy called Scott Ford, awesome financial wizard. I had the honor of recording, having him on my podcast, and he's like, start thinking 7 generations. Oh, so this generation feels better because of affirmative action. I feel included now. There's more black faces on the board. We've got equity. The level of diversity is comparable to the cultural makeup of the country. But
have we arrived? So I see where you're coming from. Have we arrived? Just because we're in the room doesn't mean that we've got the equal voting right, got the equal financial. But see, you're of a more progressive mindset. So I hear and respect what you're saying, but you're someone who has gone out there and built something that was successful, that failed, that was successful. So you've seen all aspects of it, and you can speak from experience, right? In terms of what you're talking about, and you see the value and the benefit of, I don't just want to say being your own boss, but just of being the one in charge of yourself. That's
agency.
That's where
I think for me, it comes down to agency. I mean, this is a big part of the work that I share with people. Agency, being in dominion and agency over what you're creating, what you're putting out, and how you're experiencing life. Not whether or not my value is going to be something that I can tick off, is if I get my reparations, I have my affirmative action, I see enough of people who look like me on the board. I'm not waiting for that. And yeah, now, okay, I didn't have the African American experience, which is very, very different, right? But 7 generations forward, the world that my son's as a black man, is gonna be in, right? I don't want it to be one that's based on waiting for handouts.
Yeah.
And now we can say, yeah, but we're owed it or whatever. and again, unpopular opinion loading, the Anglo-Americans who will be writing the check for your reparations may be the great-grandchildren of the people who did the thing.
True.
But they're not the people that did the thing.
Man.
They're not the people that did the thing.
Pause and think about this for a minute, right? Okay. Folks that are listening, folks that are watching, talk to us. You see put the cue in front of it. If you got a question, chime in your thoughts on this. This is very, very different, right? And I'm always down to listen to different mindsets, different views and perspectives. That's let me digest that a little bit. That's pretty cool. The ones that are writing the checks, if we were to get the 40 acres and the mule, I don't want no mule though. I can't deal with no mules. They're not necessarily the ones who did it. They're not necessarily the ones who we should be strangling, or we should.
Are there disparities?
Yeah.
That exist in the social construct of the USA?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I was even answering the question. I was answering the question for you.
Yes. we call it, we call it white privilege. Okay. And yet that label doesn't move anything forward. It doesn't move anything forward. And again, am I giving a hall pass to those disempowering constructs? No, I'm saying the constructs aren't going to change by you bitching about the constructs. They're going to change by you dropping that and building your own construct.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for how do we get out of the barrel? Right. So, right. Because, and I'm going to talk about that too, right. About the crab in the barrel situation. Cause I've actually had that particular conversation with a lot of folks really, again, as of lately, but yeah, we can moan and groan and talk about it's not good. It's not great. How can we get better? Yeah. There were programs and things like that and out there that were supposed to and designed to help bridge equity, bridge whatever the case may be. But instead of talking about it, why not be about it, right? Have some more action and take it. And again, what things that you talk and things that you preach a lot of times, again, be in control, as you say, of your own agency, be in control of your own destination, of your own destiny. Focus on your next level generations as well. Instead of waiting for someone sitting in 1600 Pennsylvania to sign a bill or something.
They don't care.
That's not going to happen.
They don't care about you.
Yeah.
I mean, these people that are complaining are saying, "Oh, Elon Musk is to blame for what's going on." Elon's trying to get to space. He's not thinking about what middle management are doing in Bongoville in Texas. That's not like, I don't even have a 200 billion or whatever trillion company. And there are certain levels, even in my business, that there are certain levels of depth that I have the capacity to deal with. And then I've got people that deal with the thing. Am I responsible for hiring the people? Yes. But the people who are doing the thing, there's a disconnect. And we must cancel Elon for this thing because he's not doing something about the thing. Elon's trying to push humanity forward and get to Mars right now. Your salt isn't on his table. It's not going on his dinner tonight. It's not going to do. And I can't speak for the mind of Elon to say what he cares about or he doesn't care about. But he's trying to get to Mars. Instead of, Elon, build something.
Yeah. I mean, I've always have had. Look, I'm a fan. I've got I see the plaques here on my wall, right? I'm a Tesla guy, right? So I've had 2 cars. So yeah, I mean, I'm all about that life as well. But I gained more respect, I think, for Elon when I found out he had Asperger's. Right. Before I knew that, and he would get out there and he would speak. I'd have because we were all fanboys and things of that nature. Said, oh, look, the Model 3 is launching, the Model S is launching, all that. I said, come listen to it and watch the launch. And his ability to engage, his ability to interact. Before I knew he had Asperger's, right? I was like, right, because this is why you take speech class and when you go to school, so you can better communicate. But then, understanding now after he did the SNL skit and where he said that he had it, and I said, you know what, now it makes sense, right? His mind is just on a whole nother plane, laser focused on doing X, Y, and Z that other folks think are limiting factors, right? So he's focused on doing things that a lot of folks have already counted themselves out as not a possibility. Going to Mars, what? Right, but he's serious, right? Building robots to actually take over the workforce, and when I say take over the workforce, do the mundane tasks that people really don't want to do, and regardless of the cars, that's going to be secondary. The whole Optimus, the whole humanoid, the whole robot, that's going to be the biggest financial, the biggest game changer for the organization Tesla in and of themselves when that actually comes out. So again, a lot of folks have thought about that. A lot of folks have wanted flying cars and wanted to go to Mars and go to the moon and come back. He's flying rocket ships off and re-landing the boosters and reusing them. Come on now. So right. So I don't know if it's positive or negative, good or bad, for the fact that I said that, I have more respect for him now that I know that his mind works the way that it is. I think it's a great blessing, right? That he can lock in and do those kinds of things.
I'm on the spectrum myself. I was diagnosed at 27.
Okay.
And so again, when I see people, it's like I'm very high functioning, and yet I have to catch myself. And it's like, the salt's not on his table, like I said before.
Yeah, I like that.
Right? Is that right? No, it's not right that these behaviors are happening in the modern workforce, that people are being subjected to certain behaviors, but you're looking at the wrong person.
Look inward. Do the Michael Jackson thing, right? Put the mirror in front of yourself and look at yourself.
Right? Now, here's the thing. Am I giving a hall pass to people that do? I saw something about monkey sounds and all sorts of stuff, or, getting treated a certain way and blah, blah, blah. Am I giving a hall pass for that? No, but I'm saying the person who's doing the monkey sounds, your salt's not on their table either. Like, they did the monkey sound thing. They don't care.
Yeah.
So even you complaining to him, you're going to go to his line manager. His line manager's probably doing monkey sounds as well. Like, they have a joke about that because it's become culture. Certain behavior is culturally acceptable. I saw a video the other day about a young African American student, and he was sitting at a dinner table, and another student came up and threw cotton at him and was playfully whipping him with a belt.
Wow.
And using the N-word.
Okay.
He got up, retaliated, attacked the other kid, and he got suspended, the kid that started the thing out. Now, these things are happening.
Right.
Am I saying, oh, don't worry, love and light, it's happening? No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying is, the people who are behaving in this way do not give a flying flugelrod. So you getting, upset and we need to cancel it, that's not moving anything forward. It's not moving anything forward. They don't like you because of the color of your skin, for whatever reason. Like, that's not moving it forward. You complaining about that is not moving it forward.
So
that's who they are.
You think removing yourself from those particular situations and
go and
finding,
build your own thing.
And I was getting ready to say, and go find your own tribe, right? Go build your own thing. Okay,
build your own tribe.
Right.
And the sad fact is that people of color around the world are being subjected to, like, everyone's got someone that they're looking at them this way, but within even our own cultural groups, we are actually supporting the narratives that are being perpetuated to keep us within the confines of these narratives that are being spat in the first place.
Yeah, I hate that. We are our own worst enemies at times, either from the music, either from listen. I got the beats too, right? When I go to the gym, if I'm not listening to Dan's podcast, I got some some heavy music going too. But you're right, man. Just in the wording that our celebrities, our entertainers, our folks in the limelight use talking about ourselves is completely detrimental.
It's
It really is.
it's
So
it's and if people just understood,
yeah.
that we're actually perpetuating the mental slavery
Mm.
by quote unquote playfully using the same phrasing and labeling that was used when we were not considered to be human and therefore subject to a horrific variation of slavery. Like, we need to go and build.
Y'all wasn't ready for this, but you told the conscious conversation. Listen, we gonna make you think here tonight. And look, it's just
Oh
me,
yeah,
me and Dan chopping it up.
that's it.
I challenge folks who are listening to not necessarily, I'm not gonna say debate, but to come with their opinion, right? Put it in the comments
Mhm.
if you feel interested in doing that. I see the bosses in the building. I see the boss is gave you some thumbs up there. The boss is in the building. So watch what you say, watch what you do. Don't get it.
I'll watch what I say, watch what I do.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
don't get kicked out of the house tonight because I know you're in the office right now. Mess around and try to go home and the lock has been changed.
The lock, it's been changed.
No.
But that's the and let's get into the crabs and buckets. Because I think you were diving into the fact that you've had some crabbing and bucketing going on recently yourself.
Oh, it's it's a conversation. Excuse me. It's a conversation about how come one of us can't succeed without a lot of negativity from within our own community, right? How come once Dan gets a book deal, gets a movie deal, goes to Necker Island, does the things? Why is it that there are folks around us who look like us, who are probably part of our own internal core, our own internal family, who are saying, don't get too big up there, right? You don't belong there. You shouldn't be take me with you. Right. How come you're doing so well and I'm not doing so well? And I really hate that whole if not me, if just you and not me, then you can't have it either. I mean that just that whole negative spiral out of control and that'll never let anyone be successful. I mean that weighs more on the mental psyche, I think, than anything. Right, as opposed to and anything else. Just why can't we succeed together, or why can't we be happy for each other? Which is the exact reason why on my tag and in my email header, I don't use the word influence. I use the word advocate, because I am consciously wanting to be happy, thrilled, excited, all those adjectives for you, Dan, that you went to Necker Island, that you did kite sail with Richard Branson. I mean, that you are releasing books out, right? I would much rather there be no necessarily take, but just giving the encouragement, giving the respect, giving all of those things, because then that's the win-win from my perspective. And I really do wish there were more of that, especially within the Black community. So that's kind of my take on that from the crab.
I don't even get into all of that. Do you know why?
Come on now, let's go.
You don't behave like that.
Right.
I don't behave like that.
Yeah.
We've got a community right here. I know African American men that don't behave like that. I play with them. Guess what? If you're not of that ilk, you can't get me on the phone. You can't get me on the phone to make those ridiculous statements.
Keep your circle.
You might comment
small,
under the
right? Okay.
You might comment under the Instagram picture.
Okay.
You might comment under the Facebook post or the Instagram, but that just gets deleted. So if people want to behave, they're welcome. I'm not trying to tell anybody to change. I'm just saying you don't meet the standard that I've set for the people that do get to play with me. Because I'm hanging out with J Daddy Hicks, right? And the other advocates and people of expansive vibe that are building,
Mm.
because we're building together. I'm not taking my time and energy thinking about this generational that aren't building. I'm thinking, I'm focused on the generations going forward. How can I be okay? You don't want to play?
Mm.
Okay, how can I work with those of us that are thinking forward so that we can have things going forward? Not just for the African Americans, not just for Africa, not just for Asia, not just for South America, not just for Europe. Humanity as a whole. How are we contributing to moving humanity forward? Oh, you want to play that game? Let's play that game. Let's talk about stuff that's going to positively contribute, which includes making a positive contribution to healing the wounds that are showing up in certain communities, including the African American community. But you don't want to play that game? You can play your own game, but I'm not at that table, and your salt isn't on my steak tonight. It's not. It's not there.
That probably, and again, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, but because I want to have the engagement in the conversation, but that probably keeps a lot of weight off your shoulders, right? Because
Yeah.
the fact that you don't give a lot, if any, energy to a lot of negative energy, right? That again, I like that the statement that you're making. The salt isn't on my table. I might steal that. I give you credit for
it came
it,
through
but
today. We can share. You better give me credit. We're
there
recording.
you go, man. You know,
Copyright and
I'll
all
put
that.
it on the T-shirt or something. You know,
Yeah, I
but
mean, a friend of mine, Mira Kelly, she wrote a great book called Beyond Past Lives. Sold 20 million copies of this book. You know, many different languages. And there's a section in the book. I always butcher it, and the relevance of it will be underneath the thing. But she's like, don't get mad when people don't live a spiritual life this lifetime. You don't know what they've mastered 1,000 times and have come to experience something else.
wow,
Right? So the last lifetime you could have been a builder, and now you'll come to be a salt shaker. I don't know that. It's not my place to judge. And I don't know the role that your salt shaking has in the grand scheme. What I know is that my energy is going into building. My energy is available to the people that want to build too, and who are also thinking forward generationally. My energy is for people that are all about healing, not from a place of disempowerment or a place of woe is me, but from a place of I'm healing now so that the generations going forward aren't taking these wounds with them.
that's
That's what I'm doing.
that's transformational, right? I mean, that's it, again at a whole. I love that, and I respect, and I hear that, and I wish more and more, not just us, us as humans. I wish more and more individuals would think that way and would consciously put that out there in the universe, as opposed to again being so lockstep on it's me, and again, if I don't have the new thing, or if I get the new thing, you can't have the new thing until much later, right? I just wish that there was less of that type of a mentality out there, and especially with the youth, right? I think our youth are so impressionable that us older heads, right, us more seasoned folks in our 40s, 50s, whatever, 50s, 60s, whatever the case may be, aren't setting as great of an example for the teenagers and preteens and the folks that are coming up, because we're still living and we're still doing some of the madness out there that doesn't move the needle, right? I got Steve Jobs' crazy one speech right here in front of me, and I look all the time. And you know, I worked for Apple for 10 years. I always say I'm trying to put a dent in the universe, and you can't do that if you're focused on negativity all the time. If you're focused on selfishness, you're focused on hatred, you know, just all of those things. I can't put that dent in the universe. I can't do the Elon Musk going to Mars. I can't do the Richard Branson doing all the things that man is. Right?
400 companies, over 400 companies,
and it's still growing, right? The man is, come on, man. That's a good man to have in your Rolodex right there, brother. So you know, so shouts out and kudos to you on that. But I don't know. I trying to be an optimist for the future, but really struggling with it and coming to bear that, you know, I can only affect what's within my sphere of influence, right? So the people that live in this house, the people, my immediate family and things of that nature, those are the ones that really matter and resonate. And then the folks, I really am going to take to heart kind of what you're saying here about, don't put that energy into things that you cannot, or that don't resonate with you from a moral perspective, from a just a life goal perspective as well. So
I place, it's not even like I actively make the conscious decision to place my energy where it's moving forward. Not I don't put it here. It's not available to put here because it's consciously here. So it's not a repelling of one thing, it's a moving towards another.
Got you.
Does that subtle difference?
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. I like the conscious conversations. Come on, y'all hear this, man. Share this with somebody. I can get my sound effects going, right? And I can get my hold on, I can get some sound effects going for you.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Yeah, I got my sound effects.
I knew you would have them.
Yeah. What else we got, man? What else we got going on?
Well, we can talk about the Twitter now because that's hilarious. What are your thoughts? Is it one big cosmic pump and dump, or does he genuinely care about free speech, in your opinion?
I think he genuinely does. I think he is wired in such a way that he's kind of Pinocchio, right? He can't. What he says he truly means because it's coming right off the dome, and it's what he wants to do, and he's got the best, I think, intention. He's a little funny style sometimes, right? Because again, you go out there and you start smoking weed with Joe Rogan, and you start saying one thing, and then 420 today or yesterday, funding is secured, and the 5420, right? Some of the things you can't read them from a poker face perspective, but what he said on the earnings call and what he said at the TED Talk last week about the plans if he does acquire Twitter, of making it more transparent, making it more accessible. Twitter is that place, right? It is kind of the town water cooler, right? And freedom of speech is something that this country is built on. It's written in the document. We a lot of times folks will say something that doesn't resonate or that we don't agree with, but you know what? That's one of the benefits of living in this democratic society. I get to hear someone talking madness, and I don't necessarily.
And I can talk my own madness too.
Right. Again, without I don't have to like it, but I do. I don't have to like it, but I've got to respect it. I don't have to, but it's better that we respect each one's opinions and hear them out. So I think Twitter is the place. I don't see building a whole nother platform at this stage in the game makes sense and resonates. But I think he's serious.
I was wondering if he was. I wonder if he was building a buzz, knowing they're going to say no, and then he'll just spin around and buy something else and just blow them out.
That just seems like so much effort. Right, because again, we as the investors. So now I'm gonna be selfish, right? So we as the investors,
he's going to Mars now. He's going to Mars. That's a lot of effort too.
Yeah, but that's already seemingly part of the plan, right?
You're just please don't.
And I know it's again literally, it's literally out of this world. But I just can't see the man buying a social network. Yeah, he's probably going to more than likely put the right people in place to do the day-to-day, and he's going to be more the strategic piece. But it just seems like such a deviation and a veering off of focus if that's what he does. But I probably wouldn't have a problem with it. I'd still use it. I pay for Twitter, right? I'm part of Twitter Blue, so I have more of a personalized experience. I'm dropping the $4 a month to get that capability. Okay. So. Yeah, I do believe in the platform. That's where my largest audience and community is as well. So yeah, I only want to see that thrive and succeed. I'm not a direct investor in Twitter, but I am a direct investor in Tesla, not only from the vehicles, because I got the vehicles, but also the stock. So I need that man to focus and be concentrated on. Let's get back to that. I need him to keep building cars, and I need him to do the thing, do whatever is keep bringing in the high returns every quarter. So we'll see. What are your thoughts on it, man?
I, I think dreamers are who are moving the world forward. And there's been a lot of, billionaire bashing. All that money he's spending on Twitter, he could do this for hunger. But I remember when he called out the World Bank about, they were saying, "Oh, if billionaires only paid their tax, we could end world hunger for 6 billion." And he's like, "Okay, give me a plan. I'm going to sell 6 billion of stock right now and give you the money."
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, we've got some ideas on how we could maybe do it for a year. And he sold the stock, right? He backed up his talk and he did the thing. So I know he's ready to challenge the status quo and all of the things, but I don't know. He's a fascinating guy. I would love to have a little extra añejo with him one day. And if I could get that FaceTime I had with Richard, even a little bit of that, because there was a few of us there, right? But me and Sir Richard were playing chess, so we had just quiet, me and him chopping it time for quite over that time. If I could have some of that with Elon, I've got some interesting things I'd like to pick his brain about.
Yeah. I mean, listen, like I told you, I put the tweet out there. Maybe he doesn't want to talk. Maybe I'll put another one out there asking if he wants to talk about the cars, and then I'll just sneak a Twitter question in there. What are we gonna do with this, man? What is it? $43 billion. How you getting this? How is this secure?
Didn't he put in another offer?
He put something. He put something in there today, man. Gosh, let me see.
I saw something come through on my. I'm just following that Yahoo Finance.
Elon
$46 billion bid. He's up by another $3 billion.
Yeah, 46.5.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And it's very interesting. I wonder how the Twitter shareholders are feeling right now, because the board is stopping them getting paid.
Yeah. I mean, it's Jack is talking about leaving. Jack Dorsey's talking about leaving the board of his own company, because he doesn't, he's made statements as of late that he doesn't feel confident in the board. So it's
really,
yeah. Jack has actually said, I believe, that he's going to step down from the board because he has lost faith and confidence in. I don't know if this necessarily has to do with Elon, but it came out within the same season of conversations, though. So we'll see.
Crazy times when
trading at 47.06. So it'd be a decent little bump. Maybe I should
nice little lift.
Maybe I should get in right now. No. Man.
I know there's a lot of bashing going on. I was trying to get more active on Twitter, and I was on there a bit more, hopping into conversations. And there was just a lot of ignorance, man. I'd have to sit down and curate the communities that I was playing in, because there was some interesting stuff going on.
Yeah, well, and I've noticed a lot of the stuff that you're doing. You're pushing more content out focused on your deliverables, right? Your courses, your coaching sessions, things of that, right? You're not being so, and take this the right way. You're not being social on social media to be social. You're from my perspective. What I'm seeing,
some corners of social media. It depends. So I've got a private Instagram account.
Okay.
I've got a private Instagram account. Pictures of my kids are on there. Like linking up with the family.
Yeah.
You go ahead to Dreamer CEO. That's where I'm sharing content. Right. That's where I'm consciously trying to add to people's lives and the other things. But I'm not really normally the one that's even on that. There's someone that's taking care of that. But Twitter, I was actually manually there myself. The app was on the phone. I'm hopping in the conversations and doing the thing. But yeah, it was like I need to have the space to sit down and really do the thing. Yes, and we've got this summit we're doing this week, Clearing Blocks to Abundance, a free just free gift we're doing for the people this week. And then we've got cheeky video there from a retreat, a workshop I did in Cabo. We're doing another one of those in just over 2 weeks. A book I'm reading, and just something to lift the people up.
Definitely. Yeah. And that's, that's what we need. Well, hold on, and then because I was going to show this anyway, but then you posted it, so come on. No doubt that's that is not deep fake, ladies and gentlemen. That is not Photoshop. That is there with trying to see. Has he got a drink in his hand? No, he doesn't have a drink in his hand.
No, okay. we just finished up with the drinks.
Awesome.
Yeah. But yeah,
let me see here. Talk about this right here, because I was looking at this and I wanted to get some more insight. When I wanted to pick your brain, because I saw that this was coming up. So what is this that you got coming up soon?
Oh no, the last day's tomorrow. We started yesterday. We've got 3 days. I got some of my friends.
Where have I been?
I know and respect.
I've been missing out on it.
You've been tracking Tesla stock. But it's not too late for people to grab it. We've got the replays available for like 48 hours. People can still catch the content. But what I did was I gathered people who I love and respect, who have got different insights, strategies, and support that they can offer around clearing blocks to abundance. And whether it's an interview or it's a presentation, nothing's longer than 15 minutes. Okay. So every day there's several 15-minute interviews or presentations where you can sample different ways to clear your blocks to abundance, and you can see, is this for me or not? Oh, that's for me. Okay, I can do that one. And it's an opportunity to dive in and do that.
Got you. I want to maybe next time I'm gonna ask you about that whole workflow, right? Mm-hmm. How you go from managing all and doing all the things and pushing out to different platforms, having so many plates spinning at the time, and how you continue to look so calm, cool, collected, and relaxed, while I'm sitting here looking like Daniel Boone or something. I'm over here halfway stressed, halfway faded, using 23 hours of the day and only sleeping 1. And Mangina's over here. Hey, we got a course today. We got a class tomorrow. Cha-ching. Teach me, sensei. Teach us, sensei.
I'm not spinning the plates. I've got the people who have the skill to hold the plate holding the plate.
Yeah, you're just you're the air traffic controller, right? But you had it, and so again, I'm pivoting, going into a direction. You had to get to that point to where you could do that.
Actually, no, I built that way. I built with the end in mind. I didn't want to build a job that I don't want or that's going to burn me out. I might as well go work in McDonald's. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. You're designing your own life. You are the boss, and yet you hate your job. That doesn't make any sense. So from the beginning, I built it around, okay, what can I do to build this thing that I'm going to enjoy every moment of what I'm doing? And then how can I strategically make win-win-win situations where people can come on this journey, they are served, and we can together serve based on where I'm at right now. What can I do with where I'm at right now? So I didn't say, I can't start that until I've got the resources. No, what I did instead was, how can I make the resources happen based on what I've got right now to do it this way, which is with freedom. And I did that from the beginning.
Gotcha.
And I remember, I love to tell the story of how Sanjay, my main technical guy, how he came to my world, because I sat down and I said, you know what? This is how I want to run this business. I want to run it from a place of freedom. And I said, I set the intention that I have the team of experts who can support me in doing this. The very next day, I was on Facebook. Something came up in my feed. This person posted in this group. I normally get really annoyed when it's telling me, I didn't ask you to tell me when Bob posted in a group. I don't really care if Bob posted in a group. It's not my group. Like, I've met Bob once and we're friends on Facebook. Don't stop it, right? But something said, and I like to listen to when the spirit calls. Go and read that post. And so I went, and right underneath that post, Sanjay Yadav. Hey guys, I've been taking people in India to 6 figures using webinars and funnels. I'm looking for clients outside of India so I can build up my portfolio. I'll work for you for free for a testimonial.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Next thing you know.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I'm not going to go into the realm of the manifestation side of things, but when you commit and focus your energy on what you're desirous of creating, instead of from our limited human perspective trying to dictate the terms on which it must be created, you allow the divine to present the creation in a way you didn't even believe was possible.
Come on now. Y'all hear this, right? You know what I mean? The man charges for this type of thing. We bringing it to you. Y'all better catch these blessings and these gems that are coming out of Mangena's mouth.
But yeah, that's it. Like, stop limiting yourself. I can't build. I haven't got the resources. It's easier for him to say he's a billionaire. But he wasn't always. Yeah, but so many people are. Actually, a very small percentage of wealthy people nowadays is generational wealth. And actually, generational wealth ain't ish, because normally within 3 or 4 generations, it's gone. So you're hating on someone who's on the way out. Even if you're looking at the generational wealth, most of the time you're looking at someone on the way out. Stop it. Start building.
Yeah.
You don't have the resources? Partner up. You've got a piece of the puzzle. There's someone else out there who has another piece of the puzzle. Collaborate. Build up. Pour into instead of trying to suck from. Celebrate instead of hate. Build.
Wow. It's that is the message, and I think we'll round home with this, but that's kind of how we started. We didn't know we were going to get back to that, but that's kind of, you know,
we're just playing.
It worked out pretty cool, right? The fact that, again, we talked about thinking outside of yourself, relying on yourself, taking control of your own destiny, and doing what needs to be done to be better. I'm kind of paraphrasing again everything that we talked about, but don't wait around for something to come in the mail that says, hey, here's that 40 and a horse. It's not coming.
And some horsepower.
Right. Go out there and build something to where you now have 80 and a whole stable, and you've got your last name on.
I don't even want to count it. Let's just build.
Come on. I'm trying to be.
I know. You're being poetic. You're being poetic.
I'm trying to be waxing poetically. You know, I'm that guy. You know, you're the one that just shoots it straight. I'm that guy trying to I don't know, make it sound pretty, but that's probably where I'm at. That's probably some of the problem too, right? Beating around the bush instead of just being straightforward and going after.
One of the gifts of the Asperger's,
Oh man, I love it.
I have to beat into the bush. Where's the bush? There it is.
You're gonna find the bush. There's gonna be one. You're gonna find it. No, that's why I'm listen. And let me say it publicly and online here. I'm glad that we have connected. I'm glad that we are building this collaboration of just having these conversations about stuff that matters, stuff that resonates, because there's so much other information out there that's across, again, all these social networks, all these forums, and what we listen to, and we've got these phones in front of our face for so many hours of the day, and we're either looking at the TikToks and the Snapchats and whatever. But I like the fact that this, even like, you know, the naming, right? Conscious conversations, really causing people to stop, pause, think, and evaluate themselves and what they're doing with this short period of time that we got to walk around here. Why not do something good? Why not build, as you continue to say? Why not do something that helps globally? Just do good. Just be decent, and as opposed to, I got to be mad that Dan's got whatever. I don't know, right? So it's very, very easy to say. Unfortunately, it's harder to do, but it doesn't have to be. I don't think it necessarily has to be, right? If you just commit to, if you just commit to, if you're a spiritual person, commit to the book. If you are just a high morals person, commit to the do as I say, and do unto me. But I can't even think of what it is right now. Maybe, I don't know.
The doing of the doing.
Doing of the doing. Doing of the doing. Maybe someone smarter than me can chime in. Like I've been on Zoom and Teams all day today, so my mind is gone. So this is
I mean, we can wrap this up here. I think we've
oh, you
this
through
one
with me?
Today.
Okay, you through with me. Okay, see, I see how it is. He's through with me, ladies.
I was actually being considerate, but
I got it. You through with me. That's all.
I already told you. I already told you about that salt, but you want to keep sprinkling. That's up to you.
That's what I do. I keep throwing salt on the wounds, and I just keep going deeper and deeper. No, brother. Listen, folks. No, let's be for real. Let's be for real. Conscious Conversations. I'm blessed and honored to have Mr. Dan Mangena. We're gonna try to do this again every 2 weeks. We're going to have these conversations. Look, give us a shout out on social and let us know what you would like to have some conversations about. Tell us how you feel. We don't care. but we don't mind hearing it. We're not going to let it stop us. I threw that in, but we're not going to let it stop us. Criticism, feedback, all of those things, right? Yeah, share it. If you found some value, definitely share it with someone and let us know. We'd appreciate that. You got anything you want to close out with, man?
Build, man. How can you build? Build yourself up. Build up your loved ones. Build up for those 7 generations going forward. Build up your community. Build up your wider community, your country, humanity. Build.
Dan Mangena.